Welcome back, everybody. March is National Problem Gambling Month, and today we are tackling the addiction with the experts from Metropolitan Human Services District. They also have an upcoming recovery walk and fishing rodeo you can take part in. Please help me welcome back MHSD Executive and Medical Director, Dr. Rochelle Head Dunham, and the Director of Advocacy, Brittany Howard, is also here. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
Looking like twins today. I love it. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you, Dr. Dunham, for talking about this topic as well, because we have so many casinos here in the state of Louisiana, so it makes sense that some people will get addicted to gambling. But I'm curious, what's happening in their mind that causes them to develop this addiction?
Yeah, so what people need to understand is that addictive disorders is a brain disorder, and gambling is one type of addictive disorder, wherein the person really does use the gambling scenario is what their brain is connected to, and it is what their brain craves. But it all links back to the dopamine system in the brain, and elevated dopamine is elevated excitation in the brain. And for that group of people, that is the way that they get that elevation, because that particular type of addiction is what really kind of feeds their excitatory system. Okay,
it makes so much sense.
Well, it does, but the patterns across the different types of addictive disorders are different, and each particular type of addiction has to be dealt with differently.
Absolutely.
And so one thing in particular about gamblers is that they often have mood disorders. So they are more at risk than some of the other disorders, except for alcohol disorder, of committing suicide. And so we have to take it very seriously.
No,
because,
it's so true.
Yes, bipolar disorder and gambling disorder coexist often. And when people get in that place where they have exhausted all of their funds, they are much more likely to be in a full state of despair and will take their lives. And so we have to take it seriously.
Recovery, like, what does recovery look like? Are you assessing those mood disorders as well? Like, if someone needs recovery, how do you all help?
So the best way to think about recovery is a medical analogy. So recovery is the equivalent of remission from like cancer, or when you have diabetes and your diabetes is in a place where it's controlled, right? You still have it. You have the propensity to still get your blood sugar out of control. The cancer can come back, but right now you're doing things to keep it at bay. And so recovery is the period in the course of the substance user's or the addicted person's life where they've learned how to manage the condition. They are avoiding people, they're avoiding places, they're avoiding things. They are in therapy perhaps to deal with co-occurring mental illness. They're also doing all the things that we suggest that they do in order for them to maintain healthy psychological, social, emotional, spiritual balance.
It's so important, and you all do have resources. I want to show everybody. If you feel like you have a gambling addiction, check it out. All the information is on your screen right there. Don't let a bet turn into regret. Amen to that. And I appreciate that you all are creating communities for people who need to go into recovery, who are currently in recovery, their support systems. And one way you're doing it is with this recovery walk and fishing rodeo. Brittany, tell me about this.
Listen, we are here to reduce stigma.
Come on.
And bring the community together and just honor them. So next weekend, we're going to host this event, and we're just asking that everyone comes out. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring those that you work with, whoever your social worker is. We're just asking everyone to come out. We're going to have a kids zone. We're going to have a 360 photo booth. We're going to have fishing. There's going to be a lot of different things happening at the same time, so we're excited.
And it's so Louisiana with a fishing rodeo. If you all have never been to a fishing rodeo before, it's unbelievable, because, correct me if I'm wrong, people are going to go out fishing, and whoever catches the biggest and best fish is going to win some money.
No.
What they going to win? What they going to win? Bragging rights? They get to keep the fish.
The fish, the bragging rights, and a little prize.
And a little prize. Okay, well, listen, since we talk about gambling, let's not talk about the money at all. How about that? You know what I'm saying? That's so cool. And like you mentioned, it's not for people who are currently in recovery, but it's also for their support system as well. How powerful is that connection?
Absolutely. Because everybody who has a use disorder also as a family that's suffering with them. And so we want to celebrate the support that families bring to people who struggle with this condition. And so that's why it's for everybody to come and also to learn, because people don't understand addiction at all. They think some people think it's a moral dilemma. If you were just a better person, maybe you wouldn't be using so heavily. But it is a brain disorder. and you're either born with that propensity to develop that condition or not. So many people use drugs and alcohol and they never get to the place where they're out of control, their lives are unmanageable, they're spending all their time thinking about it, doing everything to get it. Most people are not like that, but a significant percentage of the population is, and they have to be treated appropriately.
And I appreciate that we had this conversation today, because not only are you all offering resources and an opportunity for people to meet other people who may be going through the same thing, but it's an opportunity for us to all self-reflect on our own personal journeys and really think about our own lives. So much fun.
Yes.
And again, everybody, this event happening at Joe Brown Park. Brittany, Dr. Head Dunham, thank you for being here. I'm calling you Dr. HD from now on, because that's how I see you. Okay, listen, the Metropolitan Human Services District Recovery Walk and Fishing Rodeo is happening this Saturday, everybody. That is March 23rd. Yes, from 10 until noon at Joe Brown Park. For more information about the event and the services provided by them, log on to mhsdla.org or call the number on your